Hello, 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 attendees. Make your way on into our wonderful webinar here this evening. Thank you all for joining as you just take your time to be able to come on into our wonderful room here. We're going to have a great discussion. Thank you for you all who are here, who are showing up on time. We love it. We love it. Yeah, we know that you guys are trickling on in. Yeah, thank you all again for joining us. For those who are just joining us right now, we are going to give it just a couple of minutes so we can make sure that people are getting onto the Zoom. So just hang on with us. What you can do for those of you who are already here, if you can go ahead and pull up that tinyurl.com/UNL SkillsBuild 2. Hello, everyone who's joining us on our wonderful webinar this evening. Thank you so much for joining. If you can, go ahead and pull up this wonderful website right here at the bottom. You'll go to that tinyurl.com/UNL SkillsBuild 2. Yes, thank you for dropping that into the chat. All right, I know some more people are joining us in. Again, everyone who is here already, we're just going to give some more attendees a couple more minutes to be able to hop on. We want to make sure that everyone can get all the information that we have on this evening. All right. One more time, everyone. For now, if you can go ahead and pull up that QR code or that URL that's at the bottom of your screen, it says tinyurl.com/UNL SkillsBuild 2. Just a little something while we wait. Just a little something. Baby, let me I didn't get so long. Oh, my baby, let me look down. There's so many ways to love you. Maybe I can break it down. While we're waiting, does anyone have a favorite Usher song? Drop it in the chat. Anyone have a favorite Usher song? Drop it in the chat while we wait. She was there, sexy, pop, 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 and the baby hit me first sight. This was something special. It's what she like that. Honey got a moving like how, honey got a moving like oh, girl, you know, loving you. Don't stop, checking you out. Oh, she got it all. All right, everyone, ever give us a couple more minutes. We'll give it to the end of this song, everyone. Welcome on in, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started by the end of OMG. But for now, go ahead and you're going to type in this QR code that's at the bottom of your screen. If you've already made an account, awesome. If you have not made an account yet, please go ahead and make one so that we can go ahead and jump into getting started. And if you've already done all of that, I want to see you guys. What is your favorite Usher song? Can I get a favorite Usher song in the chat? Baby, how you do that? Make a room and try. Oh, baby, you got it all. Oh, sexy from my head to the side. And I know they all. So baby, you got it. There's so many ways to love you. Baby, I can't break you down. There's so many ways to love you. My gosh, I'm so ready now. All right. I love that song. I love that song. All right. And I see we do have a song in the queue, Daddy's Home. Yeah, great song. Great song, right? I love that one as well. I love that one as well. Well, all right, everyone. I want to make sure that we're respectful of everyone's time on this evening. We're so glad that you guys have been able to join us on today to be able to have some great discussion and to get you all's elevator pitches in order and good to go. First, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me all right. Can everyone just drop in the chat? Just give me a thumbs up. Just say, I can hear. Say, you sound great. Can everyone just kind of give me some confirmation in the chat that you can hear me all right and that you are able to see what's on the screen right now? Can I just get some confirmations in the chat? Can everyone hear me all right? I'm going to tell you guys now that I'm very interactive. So I'm going to ask for y'all to respond. I'm going to ask for y'all to be able to be interactive with me. All right, I got a you sound wonderful. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, everyone, thank you again for joining us on today. I'm really excited to be able to have this session with you all and to bring two of my favorite worlds together, and that's the world of Usher's New Look, who I currently serve as the program and communications director, and for the National Society of High School Scholars, in which I serve as the VP of communications on the Fellows Board. I've been able to be in both organizations for over 10 years now, so I know a lot and have been able to attest to the greatness that both organizations do. But now with the work that I do with Usher's New Look, I wanted to be able to to make a bridge, with what we could be able to do when partner with the National Society of High School Scholars. So that's why we're having this session tonight, you guys. How can you craft your elevator pitch using generative AI? So when it comes to what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be showing you guys how you can use AI for good in a positive way, as well as how you can be able to walk away with crafting your elevator pitch. Why you may say, why do I need an elevator pitch? What exactly is an elevator pitch? All of those questions we are going to answer on this evening. So again, I'm really glad to be able to join you all today. I've been in the organization probably since 2012 at this point as a member, and now again I'm on the Fellows Board. I've been a multi-scholarship recipient. I've been able to host many different Scholars Day events if any of you have attended that. Some of our member events as well. Lifetime members. I can't even say alumni, just so many different things, but really glad to be able to join you guys here this evening as we have some great Great discussion. So first of all, I'm sure you're wondering, what is Usher's new look? Is this the actual Usher Raymond? Yes, that's why we wanted to use this old picture to show you guys how far it goes back. So Usher's new look is an organization. It's a 501c3 nonprofit founded by Usher Raymond IV. He founded it back in 1999. That's right, 26 years old, older than many of you who are probably on this call right now. And what the goal of this organization was, he created this organization and to be able to help youth find and maximize their spark. So you may be saying, what is a spark, right? What does that mean? It means it's what you love to do. It's your passion, it's your talent, the thing that really drives you. You wake up in the morning and this is the thing that gets you going, right? That's what your spark is. Usher knew at a very young age what his spark would be. He wanted to be able to show other young people ages 14 to 24 how they can be able to not only figure out what it is that they want to do, but how do they maximize exactly how to use that. And the way that we're going to provide you guys with this is to be able to take our five capitals, right? That means the cultural capital, human capital, economic capital, wellness capital, and social capital. We believe that if you guys have access to these different capitals, you're able to move up the economic mobility ladder. You're able to move out of poverty. You're able to take your life to the next level if you don't believe you're in poverty. But a lot of the times we hear things like land, right? With land, ownership, being able to have access to certain things. So when you have access to these capitals, you're able to take your life to the next level. Today, you guys are going to be learning a little bit about cultural capital because you're not only going to be able to learn how to do your elevator pitch, but being able to walk away showing that you had some mastery level of skill, that you've been able to create an elevator pitch brought to you by, the partner or partners over at IBM and the SkillsBuild platform that you guys are on. These are ways to be able to tap in to what those capitals are, and you're going to get some access to cultural capital on this evening. UNL Skills Build, or UNL, and we're partnering with IBM Skills Build. Today, you guys are going to be able to effectively prompt AI for desired outcomes. You're going to be able to discover AI for personal and professional brand development. And you guys are going to be able to understand the importance of independent learning. So whether or not you're sitting with your parents, your guardian, a friend, maybe you're sitting by yourself, to be able to do this session on this evening, you guys are going to be able to walk away with learning how to do things. So if you've said, I don't really care for AI. AI is not my thing. Maybe you didn't like the usage of AI. Today, we're going to show you guys how to use AI in a positive way, right? How to use AI to be able to say, this can help me be able to take my professional and personal career to the next level. Being able to use AI to craft an elevator pitch, maybe help you make a resume, maybe help you build a cover letter. But here's the thing, as you guys are applying to these different scholarships, as you're doing these different interviews for universities, for jobs, at the end of the day, one of the hardest questions people struggle with answering is, tell me about yourself. And it's like, well, why is that so difficult? Because I'm just telling you about myself. But then it's like, okay, what do I tell? How do I not sound cocky? How do I sound informative in what I'm telling? How do I put my best foot forward? How do I answer these questions in the best light while also being able to show information, while also sounding not too eager, while also maybe not sounding like I'm a know-it-all, but also showing my expertise or my qualifications in a specific position? All of these different things, this is why it's important to have an elevator pitch. We're about to dive a little bit more into that right after I tell you who IBM is. IBM, it stands for International Business Machines. IBM is the leading tech company that provides services and products to help create business solutions. So you guys see this old dinosaur looking computer. Sorry to all of my old school folks who know exactly what this is. But before we had iPads, tablets, smartphones, even before these iPhones and whatnot existed, we had our personal computer. IBM said, all right, so people can only access the internet at the library and at work. Well, how can they access it at home? How can they get more access? How could they be able to, again, provide those business solutions for everyday folks like us? So that's when they came out with this personal computer. It's an old, big computer thing. And again, this helped to pave the way for a lot of our devices that we have now, our technological advancements, even to help put it in perspective. When you go to Chili's, Applebee's, whatever restaurant, and they have that device where you're able to tap your card and it just goes, now they don't have to print off the check, bring it back, wait. And different restaurants in different positions, but that's an example. If you've seen that, IBM is responsible for that device. They're able to bring that device to life to be able to help provide us with technological advancements and to help us be able to take our tech life and life to the next level when it comes to advancements and all those different things. So you guys remember I was using that word spark, right? Spark is what is your talent? What is your passion? What is it that you love? What is it that you're interested in? What are the things that you're good at? A lot of the times we just had Thanksgiving, right? You may have heard the question, so what do you want to be when you grow up? What is it that you want to do when you grow up? A lot of the times we don't get the question though of what do you enjoy doing? What do you like doing? What's your passion? What brings you joy? And then teaching that you're able to do something with what you enjoy doing. So it could be that you see a goal and you see a job and you see an opportunity and then you want to make your way to that place. Or you may say, this is what I love to do and I want that to be my goal. I want my passion to be my North Star. I want what it is that I want to do and what brings me joy to be able to be the thing that I make money off of. So that's one of the reasons why we think it's important first to identify what is your spark. Usher said, I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a singer. And now he's one of the top in the world, right? Being able to identify what your spark, your passion, your talent is, and then saying, how do I get to that goal? Now, when it comes to maximizing that spark, right? The idea is to discover how can I use this spark? How can I use what my passion is, my talent is? You know, your spark may be playing the violin. Your spark may be veterinary medicine. Your spark may be cheerleading. Your spark may be chess. Your spark may be talking. All of these different things are ways to be able to maximize your spark after you've identified what that spark is. So all of those things I listed right now, it's what do I do to be able to make money from this spark? What are careers that I could have? So say, for example, you want to play the violin. You might look into things like joining the symphony orchestra. You might look at doing music for voiceover, for animated films, for TV shows. All of these different aspects, there are ways to be able to incorporate live music. There are ways to be able to incorporate orchestra. Say, for example, it's cheer. And we've all seen Bring It On. There are so many cheer movies. There are so many cheer competitions. Maybe you're a judge for a competition. Maybe you're a program director for a competition outside of just doing cheer. As you get older, how can I maximize what it is that I love to do? Maybe you're someone who's interested in sports, right? But you're not necessarily the athlete, but you know how to build relationships. You're good at sales. You're good at negotiating. You know how to make someone look good. Maybe it's sports management. Maybe it's sports branding. Maybe you're a gamer. You love being able to get on your PS5. You love being able to hop on the Xbox, getting on your Switch, and you love the colors that you see. You got the gaming chair, you've got the big computer screen, the big monitor, all these different things. Maybe you can get into graphic design. Maybe you could be the one who's making the money off of how much 2K is spent and WNBA and all of these other games, Call of Duty, Fortnite. Maybe you can create that next game. That's how you maximize your spark. And as you're able to do that, you begin to build your personal brand. What is it when I talk about personal brand, right? When you guys think about different words such as brand, and you think about different things such as person. Oh, I heard noise, right? As you begin to think of what is a personal brand, what are these different things that I'm able to identify with that bring and show my value? Oop, there we go. So when we talk about personal brand, you guys, here are some things I want you to consider. Who you are, what are your reputation, what's your values? What do you do? What are your skills, your strengths, your passions, your spark? And why does it matter? Real quick, let me fly by through why these are important. Who you are, what's your reputation? What are people known as? What are you known by? Are you known as the person who's getting good grades in school? Are you known as the person who's involved in every activity, every club, yearbook committee, DECA, Beta Club, Drama Club, National Society of High School Scholars, Usher's New Look, Boys and Girls Club? What are your values? Are you known as someone who's an advocate for a specific marginalized group? Are you known as someone who has value, whether or not it's religious, political? What are your values? Do you stand up against bullies? This is who you are. what you do. What are your skills? Are you the person walking, singing around school? Are you someone who can bust out in tears because you're such a great actor and you're in theater? You can do a monologue whenever you're ready. Maybe your strengths are speaking. So if someone is in a group and maybe you're not the most outspoken person, maybe you're not the extrovert, but you work well in that group, but maybe you want to be able to identify with someone who can be able to do all the talking in a group. They can be able to lead the group when it comes to vocally, right? What are those strengths and those passions? And then why does it matter? You may be even on this call right now, like, okay, my mom told me to sign up. I'm a member, da 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 da. What's an elevator pitch? This is why it matters. When you guys think about impact and value, everyone wants not only value, but you want valuable things, right? It might be physical items, material items. It might be value of food. We love good food when it tastes good. What's the value of that food? That's why that steak costs $75, right? What's its value? Someone who enters the workforce versus someone who has been in that industry for 10, 15 years, who has more value? All of these things may decipher how much services cost, how much someone's getting paid or compensated. What's your value? It might be when you think about a concert or a festival. Oh, well, this person's headlining. They've got an hour and a half show. They've got an hour show. They have value. Maybe a little bit more value than the other people on the lineup because they've built up what that value is. That's their brand. And when you think about what your personal brand is, it's even more. Now you might be saying, Tony, how do I build this brand? I'm just identifying what my spark is. I'm just identifying what a brand is. Now, how do I build a brand? One, you show up consistently. If I was to ask you guys, who's the number one streamer in the world right now? You tell me Kai Cenat or I Show Speed, right? They've streamed what? Every day. They might have slowed down a little bit. Why? Because they've already broken the record. But when they broke the record, they were streaming every day. Beyonce is known to release a hit all the time. You already know when you go to the show, you're going to get a bomb show. You're going to get lights. You're going to get dancers. You're going to get fire. You're going to get fireworks. You're going to get all these different things. She shows up consistently. Gaining experience. I told you guys earlier, if you have someone who's just entering the workforce versus someone who has been in the workforce for 10, 15, 20 years, who do you think has more experience? How do you gain that experience? Internships, fellowships, your jobs, volunteer work, side projects, practice, YouTube University. What are the ways that you can be able to gain experience? Maybe it's in retail, maybe it's in sales, maybe it's in graphic design. How are you gaining experience? Starting things. You guys, when you're applying for these scholarships, these different opportunities, these jobs, they're going to ask you, what did you do previously? Did you start a club? Did you maybe start an event? Maybe you started an initiative. If your school needed a recycling program, maybe you started that. Maybe you started the candy grams for Valentine's Day for your local theater department. Maybe it's you started an initiative to support the football team, basketball team, something like that. And then also sharing your journey. Some of you may think, okay, well, I don't really like being, sharing or posting on social media. I don't really like sharing my face. People love taking pictures where they close their face or you can't even see who they are. What is your journey like digitally? If I Google you or if I go to your Instagram and you tell me you want to be a dancer, but I don't see any videos of you dancing, how will I know that you're a dancer? How is that helping your brand? If you want to say that you do hair or you're a barber, but I go to your Instagram or your Facebook and I don't see any pictures of you doing hair or barbering. If you say that you want to do mechanical engineering, I want to go to your LinkedIn and I want to see that you maybe have a certificate from IBM in mechanical engineering. I want to see that maybe you attended a webinar from NSHSS where you learned about mechanical engineering or automotive or medical or law. Whatever those things are, how do you share that journey to where people are able to see, oh, they're doing some stuff. They're doing good. Now, look, this is what I want you guys to do now. I want you guys to head over, and you're going to see this screen right here. You're going to head over to that IBM SkillsBuild page, right? So you're going to go to that tinyurl.com/UNL SkillsBuild 2, and you guys are going to see this screen right here. It's going to pop up. What will you learn today? I want you guys to type in elevator pitch. You're going to search for elevator pitch. After you search for that, you guys are going to click on the second option. It's going to say 15 minutes. Again, you're going to click on the second option that says 15 minutes. So real quick so that you guys can see it close up. This is what you're going to see. When discussing your personal brand with others, sometimes you have to be able to take a time to introduce yourself, right, you guys? So there are so many layers from your sparks to your interests to your goals to your personal brand, all the things that I just talked to you about. So this is where we're going to dive deeper into being able to say, how do I define who I am and what I do in a short amount of time? So again, you guys are going to search elevator pitch and you're going to click on this e-learning that says creating your elevator pitch using generative AI. All right. We're going to click on this one right here. Crafting your elevator pitch. You guys are going to go to activity. After you go to activity. Oh, hold on, guys. I've already took this course, so give me a second. Ah, okay. Is everyone at this screen? If you're at this screen, can you just drop in the chat and say here? Everyone drop in the chat and say here for me if you are already here on this screen. It should be a blue screen. I want to make sure you guys are all here. All right, all right. I don't see it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hope everyone's there. All right, so again, craft creating your elevator pitch using generative AI. All right. So creating your elevator pitch, what I need you guys to do is to follow along with me. This is how IBM is able to see that you guys are doing this course with me. So follow along with me, follow this course, and we're going to make sure that we all get credit. Because here's the thing, you guys will be able to add this to your LinkedIn, your resumes, and saying that you got this credit from IBM for doing this course tonight. We love that. Creating an elevator pitch using generative AI. Imagine being able to input your achievements, your unique selling points, and your goals into a generative AI tool, enabling it to help you create an elevator pitch. In this short activity, you will get hands-on experience, or hands-on practice rather, tips for writing the best prompts to generate an impressive elevator pitch using an AI large language model that will make you stand out. We're going to go ahead and press next. Now, you guys, we're gonna go to this lady right here. She's looking real confused, and we gotta help her out. So she's got a first question. What is an elevator pitch anyway? Now, we're gonna select the best definition of an elevator pitch first, right? This is how we're gonna identify this. So, what is an elevator pitch anyway? Is it one, a detailed presentation about your professional background, achievements, and typically lasting 10 to 15 minutes? Is it a brief 30 to 60-second professional introduction that highlights your key skills, experience, and goals? Or is it a written summary of your career objectives and work experience usually found on your resume? One, two, or three? Which one do we think that it is? Which one do we think that it is? Do we think it's one, two, or three, everyone? Can I get some answers in the chat, you guys? Y'all think it's one, two, or three? Skylar says two. Delina says two. Let's see if you guys are right. Good job. An elevator pitch is brief, persuasive speech meant to quickly and effectively communicate your key points to someone in a short amount of time, like an elevator ride. Have you been in the elevator for 15 to 20 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes? If you have been, I'm sure it was not a good time. We want to be in the elevator between 30 to 60 seconds. So the idea is for it to be quick. We're going to click on I've checked it out. Now, in what situations can you guys use an elevator pitch? Could you use it at college fairs, job, internship interviews, career fairs, or maybe you can use it on social media, online profiles, websites, emails, or could you use it in all of these situations to be able to use an elevator pitch? Which one is it, you guys? Which one is it? One, two, or three? I see someone said three with a question mark. Anyone else say one, two, or three? All right. All right, y'all. Let's see what it is. It's number three. You can use this in any of these situations. That is correct. You're going to go to I've checked it out, and then you're going to go down to next. All right. So guys, the point of all of this right now is to give you guys some context, right? The idea how do you make something if you really don't know what it is, right? And then also, how do you use something if you really don't know what it is? So when we talk about what is an AI language model, artificial intelligence language models are a popular tool in the field of natural language processing, also known as NLP. They allow computers to communicate with humans using natural, everyday language. These models are trained to understand and generate human language. They do this by using algorithms and machine learning techniques, right? They want to be able to help analyze large amounts of text data, learn patterns and relationships in the language, and to generate new text that is similar in style and in content to the training data. Now, how can AI language models help with career management? I'm glad you guys asked. Oh, such great questions. AI language models can create complicated sentences and paragraphs, answer questions, and even write stories. These models have a wide range of uses, such as creating your resume and cover letter. Use it to explore careers, prepare for an interview, to target your resume for a specific job posting, or you can use it to help create your elevator pitch. Well, what do you know? That's what we're doing today. So these are ways that you guys are able to utilize AI to help with career management. Let's go to the next slide. Now, this is where we get down to the nitty gritty, right? What is included in an elevator pitch? Having an elevator pitch prepared can help you to start conversations with potential employers, mentors, teachers, other folks like myself, and the rest of the staff at NSHSS. An elevator pitch is a way to showcase who you are or your personal brand and a way to present and communicate your values. So these are the four things that it's believed that you have in your elevator pitch: a catchy introduction, academic achievements and extracurricular activities, your unique value and special skills, and your goals and objectives. First, let's break down a catchy introduction. Here's an example. Have you ever wondered how the apps on your phone predict your every move? Hi, I'm Sam, a machine learning engineer who creates intelligent algorithms that make technology smarter and more intuitive. Now, this introduction, you guys, it hooks the listener as soon as you hear it, right? We love hearing a question. Have you ever wondered how apps on your phone can predict what you're doing next? Because we've all been there to where it's like, I just said that I need a new vacuum, and now Amazon is recommending vacuum cleaners to me, talking about you want the newest robot. How is that? It's relatable, it's intriguing. It's a question that helps to transition and to get you started to where it's like, oh, let me listen to what this person has to say. So again, a catchy introduction is essential to making sure that you have that strong first impression. It doesn't have to be a question. It may be like, oh my gosh, did you know that? Da, 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 da? Don't scare folks. Don't shock them and make them spill their coffee on themselves. But I'm saying, what is a way that you can be able to have a catchy introduction? You might ask AI and say, hey, give me a catchy introduction. Start my elevator off elevator pitch off fun. What does that look like for you? Academic achievements and extracurricular activities. It's important to be able to include academic achievements and extracurricular activities in your elevator pitch so that you guys can showcase your well-roundedness, your dedication beyond the classroom, and your ability to be able to balance responsibilities. These are all things that you're probably going to get in scholarship essays, application questions. They want to be able to know who you are outside of, okay, I can look at your transcript. I can look and see if you were valedictorian. Like, I love your academic achievements, but what else is there to that, right? Maybe you were student of the month. Maybe you were most likely to succeed. Maybe you were most improved. Maybe you want a specific superlative. Maybe, let's just get into the example. Hi, I'm Sarah, a senior at Lincoln High School. Alongside consistently maintaining honor roll status, I've taken the lead in our school's science Olympiad team, where I've contributed to multiple victories. Beyond academics, I've dedicated over 200 hours of volunteering at the local animal shelter, combining my love for biology with a passion for community service. I'm excited to continue leveraging my academic strengths and extracurricular experiences to pursue a career in veterinary medicine and to make a positive impact on both animals and people alike. So y'all see that she was able to talk a little bit about she's on her Science Olympiad team. Maybe you're a DECA member, maybe you're a president of Key Club, maybe you're in Drama Club, Beta Club, anything like that, and dedicated over 200 hours of volunteering. Think about that. What volunteering have you done? What have you done to be able to get involved in your community? Maybe you help do stuff with your church bake sale. Maybe you babysat. What are things that you've been able to do to give back? And then also, think about those unique values and special skills. What makes you different? Maybe you're an only child. That sounds like leadership if it's in your house. No, no. If you're the oldest child, maybe that sounds like leadership, right? Maybe you're a multitasker. Only children have to learn how to multitask. Maybe you speak multiple languages. Let's see what's up with Alex, right? A high school junior passionate about environmental science and sustainability. Last year, I led a project to create a school recycling program that increased our recycling rate by 50%. That's pretty impressive. And also, I'm a skilled data analysis, public speaking, and teamwork. These are all skills that they included to be able to say, look what sets me apart. And excited to be able to bring passion and skills to an internship or volunteer opportunity. That's that call to action. So again, including your special skills in your elevator pitch, it helps to distinguish you from others and it helps to let you stand out. It makes you stand out. And this helps potential employers, connections that you guys make to be able to understand what makes you you, what sets you apart. Now, lastly, you've had a catchy introduction. You've done your academic achievements and extracurricular activities. You've done your unique skills. Now, I like to call the goals and objectives, what do you want? You've talked to me for 30 seconds about you're on honor roll, you come from a family and you're contributing to the household, you're XYZ. But now what? What do you want? You want an internship, you want a job shadowing, you want a scholarship, you want to join a D9 organization, you want to join a sorority or a fraternity, what do you want? What do you want? So include your goals and objectives in your elevator pitch. It shows your ambition. It also shows you that you're articulate. Like Miguel. I'm Miguel, a senior in high school. I'm passionate about environmental science and have been involved in our school's eco club for the past 2 years. My goal is to study environmental engineering in college and to work on innovative solutions to combat climate change. I'm looking for opportunities to intern with organizations focused on sustainability to gain practical experience and make meaningful contributions to environmental conservations. Simple as that. So these are the things that you guys want to include. What's that catchy introduction? Your economic achievements and curricular activities, your unique value and special skills, and your goals and objectives. So this is where I'm going to hop back over to our handy dandy presentation here. And this is where you guys are going to pull up your elevator pitch. So this is where you guys take your iPad, your phone, maybe open up another tab. Do not close the IBM page. Open up another tab and go to Gemini, go to ChatGPT. Most people use ChatGPT, but whatever your preference of AI source is, I want you guys to put in this prompt right here. Using the following information, generate a 30-second elevator pitch. Here's my academic achievements and extracurricular activities. My unique selling points are, my goals are, and objectives are. So this is where you guys are going to begin crafting your elevator pitch. Put in this prompt right here and begin to think, what are the things that set you apart, right? What are the things that makes you different? What are the things that shows that you have achievements? So again, you guys, y'all see it right here. What are those things that you want to be able to include in your elevator pitch? If anyone has any questions for me, feel free to drop them in the chat. But I want you guys to create your elevator pitch right now. And I heard a song earlier. Your attention. Here are a few minutes. You already know what it is. Girl, tonight we're gonna sex. Nobody do your body like this. Oh, I won't not want me nowhere. All right, so this is where I want to help you guys out a little bit, right? So when we come over to this course, right, it's going to show you about how to craft your elevator pitch. So again, you guys are going to identify and gather all of those different materials. After you do gather your information, this is the prompt. So think about this, you guys. You need help writing your elevator pitch. So think about it. You're a high school what? You want to add your grade point average. You're on the debate team. Are you in drama club? What organizations are you in? You volunteered for these different organizations. The animal shelter, at your church. Maybe you're the captain of a volleyball team, certain teams or anything like that. What are you plugging in? Here are different examples for you to be able to plug in. Hmm. Yeah, I want to see them elevator pitches. So once you guys have completed your elevator pitch, I just want you to copy and paste it into the chat. I would love to be able to see those elevator pitches. And another thing I encourage you guys to do is I would love for you to record your elevator pitch and share it with us on social media. We're NSHS at NSHSS on social media at Usher's New Look, but we want you guys to practice these elevator pitches, right? So the idea is that you come out of this tonight with an elevator pitch and to be able to share that. So yeah, you guys, the idea is create this elevator pitch. But here's the thing though. Hold on, let me go back to my. So after you do that elevator pitch, you guys are gonna refine it. The first one is never the ending one. You're going to refine the elevator pitch after you review it. So you might say something like, can you help me refine my elevator pitch by enhancing the details about my unique value and career goals? Maybe it's, can you help me strengthen my elevator pitch by making my academic achievement and skills more impactful? Maybe it's, you can provide an alternative introduction that will grab the listener's attention. Maybe it's, you will also make necessary adjustments to personalize the overall tone and details to ensure that the response reflects your genuine voice. So maybe you might want to make it say, hey, sound more like a high school student. Hey, sound more personable. Hey, sound more exciting. If it sounded like a robot, maybe it sounded too exciting. Maybe you're like, hey, make it sound more professional. Maybe you want two elevator pitches. Maybe you want one that's more focused on, a specific professional thing that you do. Maybe the other one's focused more on something that you do personally, what your spark is, things that you like to do in that regard. How can you renovate what your elevator pitch looks like? Hmm. Okay. All right. So this is what I want you guys to do. I believe we're getting down to the tail end of our session here tonight, right? So I want you guys to go ahead and you're going to scroll down to the bottom of this screen and you guys are going to select next and you're going to click exit because now you're going to say that you finished this micro learning. Go down to exit. It's going to say that you finished this micro learning. And that's how you will have completed that course. Again, it's going to say that you guys have completed that course. So someone had asked earlier in regards to what do you do now with your elevator pitch? You practice it. You grow with it, you learn with it, you continue to develop it. I challenge you to have someone who's able to just be like, hey, give me your elevator pitch. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a guardian, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a friend, and you guys are holding each other accountable. Whatever that looks like for you, this is the opportunity to be able to truly take your elevator pitch to the next level. All right. In regards to the website, everyone, you have access to it in regards to that link that we had posted where you were able to register. The link again was a time, if you need it right now, hold on, it is, and we want to encourage you guys to use our specific link so that you get credit. tinyurl.com/UNL skills build 2. That's how you access the website. If you aren't able to access it, there may be a firewall. It is a public site. It's IBM, it's a tech company, and it's a free platform. So you should be able to access it. If you can't do so on your computer, I encourage you using your phone. But this is how you're able to access that platform. It's free. You can go back. They have programs from data analytics, cybersecurity, project development, graphic design, all these different things, usage of AI. So when you go to that website, you're able to get on that platform for free, do more activities. Again, it's all free, and add them to your LinkedIns. Share that you were, post it. Say that you had a session tonight with NSHSS. But if you guys want to stay in touch or stay connected with Usher's New Look, we would love to be able to do so. You can follow us on social media at Usher's New Look. And if you want to stay connected with me, my name is Tony Benton Jr. On social. I'm Tony Benton Jr. TV. Again, I'm the Program of Communications Director for Usher's New Look, and I'm the VP of Communications of the Fellows Board for the National Society of High School Scholars. This is what I love to do. I love being able to truly help people take their lives to the next level and saying what it is that they're interested in wanting to do with their spark, with their career. And I want you guys to be able to figure out what that is for you as you navigate this world, as you navigate these opportunities. So this is what was for you guys. So if you guys have any specific questions for me, I'll hang on for a couple of minutes. You can just drop it in the chat. But otherwise, I thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I encourage you guys to take advantage of all the events and webinars that NSHSS has to offer. They're all located on our website, nshss.org. And again, you can also follow NSHSS on social media. But for that being said, that'll conclude our webinar for tonight, everyone. Usher's New Look, thanks you all for partnering with us on this, as well as IBM SkillsBuild, the platform that you guys were able to use tonight. And thank you so much to the NSHSS team for having me to be able to facilitate this workshop. And thank you all for joining on this evening and being able to spend this hour, 45 minutes, 50 minutes or so to be able to help take you and your personal brand to the next level. So with that being said, everyone have a great night. I really appreciate it. And again, this webinar will be posted so that people can be able to access it after. Awesome. No, thank you so much. I appreciate it, to the Garrett family. Thank you guys. Thank you. So again, if you have to hop off, feel free to do your thing. And yeah, we thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys. Marsha, Skylar, Taisha, or Tisha.
Thank you, Tony.
Yes, thank you.